What's up, guys? It's Truth Seeker back at you with another video. Just wanted to go over something. So we got some flushes on these Ai Chang lemons, and at this point I think I'm pretty convinced that we really have a cross here between the trifoliate and the Ai Chang lemon, because look at this leaf here. I mean, that's like a glove shape. The morphology, or however you would say it, doesn't look like this right here. You know, I know you guys say that a couple of you guys were saying, you know, with the pepita genetics, they'll throw off a little, you know, extra petiole, or, you know, and make a bi leaf here. But from a little bit of research I did, it mainly looks like that. I didn't really see anything that looks glove shape like this. I mean, that kind of looks like a Thomasville, which is pretty neat. So just figured I'd show you guys that. It looked pretty cool. And I wanted to show you guys this pawpaw that Lisa Adamoya graft I did. It dried up and it fell off, so I really don't know if these are really compatible. Same with this one. This one held on for a while, and then they both got, I'd say, about 2-3 inches, like out to here. I don't know, the leaf's in the way, you know, like out to here, and then they just dried up. So, but this cherimoya I put on here, this seems to have taken, and you can see, but it's not putting out any leaves. I guess if I was to hack this back, it probably would. Same with this. It looked like it was about to grow some leaves, but then it just stopped. And I cut a branch of the pawpaw coming this way, hoping it would help it push, but it's not really doing anything. But here's the sunflower graft, and that thing pretty much took off. That's up to here. And here's the Shenandoah graft I did. That took off. That's all the way up here. I had a graft here. I'm not sure what it was, but that didn't take. I got a little one down here that's taken, but I guess I would have to hack that off to really get that to take off. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with that yet. I might just let this grow out as is. But let me show you the cold hardy pecan, what I ended up doing. I ended up just topping this off, because the only wood that I grafted on here that actually took off was way down. So when I cut it, I noticed I really wasn't getting a good bond to the cambium layer. So I kind of scraped back a little bit with my knife here, and I put some zip ties and, you know, rewound it with some grafting tape again. So hopefully that will that'll take. But that's that. And this thing was big. It was all the way out to here. I cut it up and I put some rooting hormone on it, and we're just gonna see if I could get some clones, and maybe eventually, if this takes, I could graft on this Pawnee variety here. So here's the dapple dandy. Got a fruit there, fruit there. These won't be ready for another couple weeks. Got another dapple dandy here, getting pretty big. And then out front, my pluerry tree, it's a Flavor Supreme out there. That became ripe. I ate that. That was really good, red fleshed. My pluerry tree has probably about eight pluerries on there, and they should be ripening any day now. I'd give it a couple days, but let me show you guys what I got going on in here. Here's the prog. Got that on trifoliate. That took off. That's that one I found. I didn't know I had. And then here's the prog. Really hasn't flushed out much since the last video, but I'm hoping it'll start kicking out some more leaves. What we have here. Oh, I have another prog that I thought was dead, and it finally decided to come out once I cut the top of that rootstock off, and that's on 802, so that'll be cool to have that in ground. Oh, here's the grafts that I did in my video from the rootstock I got from Madison Citrus Nursery. So this is the what is this, Ponsyrus Plus, and it took, so I'm just waiting on this guy to bud out. It's starting to swell a little bit down here, so we'll see what happens right in here. So I'm pretty confident in this guy, but unfortunately with this was yeah, so I grafted Bishop Citrandrin on this X639 rootstock, and I'd say about 3 to 4 grafts, and for some reason none of them wanted to take, and I'm wondering about the compatibility with this. You know, I did my best on it, and they were good grafts, but just none of them wanted to take for some reason. So that's kind of a bummer. I'm going to try it on a different rootstock. But the Bishop Miho, the pineapple one, I lucked out because I did about 4 grafts from Rare Grows, New Jersey. He gave me some scion wood, and he said they were kind of old. You know, he had them laying in the fridge for a few months. I figured, you know, I'll give it a try. So he sent them out. We traded some stuff, but luckily this one's coming out, but the other ones, they didn't make it. But luckily I'll have that. Here's another graft with the pawpaw, and it's cherimoya on pawpaw, and it really hasn't moved much. There was a branch coming out, I'd say a good maybe 1.5 feet with some big pawpaw leaves on it, and I cut that off, but this is still hanging in there, so we'll see. I'm just trying not to touch it too much. I noticed with these tropical annonas, cherimoya, adamoya and all, they don't really like to bond too well to the pawpaw. So I'm kind of I'm kind of wondering about the compatibility. So figured I'd keep this rubber band on as long as I can and just hope for the best. I'm starting to have a feeling it's better to graft these tropicals when they're real small to each other, because when you do like a big tree, a big graft with a big piece of wood on a big rootstock, it just doesn't seem like it wants to bond. What else do I have? Same with this one, the Lisa Adamoya on this pawpaw is drying up. It's just not wanting to take off. This I think is alive. This one's dying. So yeah, I don't think it's a good idea to graft them to each other. But I'll show you some other grafts that I've did, and it was a success. Have a bunch of cherimoya seedlings I just split up. Let me see where I put them. Oh, they're over here. So here we go. There's a Lisa Adamoya on cherimoya, and that's taken off just fine. Soursop on cherimoya, and then there's sugar apple on cherimoya, and they did pretty well. Got some sunburnt. I left it out in the sun, direct sun, so I got it here partial shade. We'll see what happens. Oh, here's another prod graft. So here's the update on this guy, the one where I was getting all the dye back. It's actually doing all right, but it's just real slow growing, and I had it covered for a while, and I had some water for moisture. So hopefully this starts flushing out again. Here's the Wari Satsuma that I up potted. Here's the, it's an unknown variety of citramella that I got on eBay. I think the guy said that he bred it himself, so I'm not too sure, you know, what the parents are, but that's this, and I grafted a few things to it. We'll see if they take. Here's the citrange that came with that package. It's flushing out. There's my 942. Got some nice growth on this. There's some more grafts on here that I did with the leftover, the regular bishop. Dunstan, that's flushing out pretty well. All that new growth. I'm thinking about pruning underneath here where the skirt is and just have it grow a little higher. But I got cantaloupe. I believe this is cantaloupe growing everywhere. And then of course the passion fruit has taken over. Yuzu, that's flushing out pretty nice. The seed grown Thomasville, it's getting some height on it. And then that grocery store mandarin, it's probably like a cutie or something. Clem, that's all covered with the passion fruit vines. Did a bunch of trimming back on this big trifoliate, cut back a lot, and I'm starting to notice a little bit better growth on some things. So see how that does. The 802 that I grafted, that's about to flush out. This one, I don't know, I didn't mark it. I'm not too sure what that is. That's coming out now. And then we got some flowers on the trifoliate. Oh, check this out, guys. There's the Thomasville that I grafted out here. That's taken off. So I ended up with a lot more, I'm sorry, not Thomasville, a lot more prod grafts than I originally thought. So that's awesome. This guy's really taken off. I pruned all around it, and got some growth off of this too. I think that's the Ori. Pretty sure that's the Ori that I grafted. Then I did a bishop there, waiting on that. Not too sure what that was. It didn't take. But that's looking good. You know, I planted a Meyer lemon cutting I did about a year ago. We'll see how that does. Show you guys the pluerry, and I'll do a taste test on this. I'll do a review, but yeah, it's looking nice. I'd give it a couple more days. Might be ready now. That one looks pretty ripe. I'll let it get a little redder. There's one there. Oh, look at the cicada. There's one. And there's one. It's weighing the branch down. That's a pretty one. And then I had, like I was saying, I had a fruit on this Flavor Supreme. It was right here. And I ate that. It was probably like about that big. A little small. But it was really good. It was red on the inside. Got a graft coming out here that I did on the Dapple Dandy. Actually, this is off of a graft I did 2 years ago down in here. This whole part right here was a graft when I first got the tree. And I think that's Flavor King. Pretty sure that's Flavor King. And that comes up. And then I grafted this one. I didn't write down what it was. But trying to remember what that was. Starts with a B. If I think of it, I'll let you guys know. But yeah, that's doing pretty good. Peach tree. Got a few peaches. A lot of things are flushing out now. Got my apple tree. And then my fig tree. I just picked one off the other day. It was, could have used another day to ripen up, but it wasn't bad. This thing tastes like strawberry and honey, the fruit this produces. And got a big, thick caliper of a trunk here. So there's one up in there. It looks pretty good. Couple days, it'll be ripe. I'd say it's about 7.5 foot tall now. And then there's the muscadine grape. I trimmed that back, and I just kind of, for now, put it over the downspout. But eventually I'd like to get a trellis or some kind of system that I could clip in between the siding and have it go up and around the house. There's the seed grown wonderful pomegranate. And then the that's just another fig that I'm gonna get rid of. I'm gonna pull that out. But I got the fuzzy kiwis. That thing's taking off like crazy. It's putting off all these different shoots everywhere because the main leader laid down over here, so it's popping up everywhere like this. I need to get some kind of trellis system for this too. Here's my other fig. This is the same variety as the one out front. I just grafted a different variety to it. I'm not too sure which one, but got it from my friends. Let me see, I think I seen one that might be ripe. There's one, the ants are getting to it. Check that out. I think it might be ripe. Probably needs to be a little redder. I think they get a little bit more purple in color when they're ripe. But let's open it up and see what we got. Not too bad. Probably use another day. Ants crawling all over it. Yeah, it tastes like strawberry and honey. I just don't know the variety. I don't think it's Chicago Hardy because I have a Chicago Hardy and the leaves don't look like this at all. Like some of the leaves don't have any, you know, indentations or, you know, that look like that basically. I'll show you this Chicago Hardy over here. See, it's a totally different fig. So, I don't know. I just trimmed this guy back on both sides, like there and there, because it was it's getting so heavy, it was leaning, and then I grafted over here to try to get more like a branching structure. So, alright guys, well, hope you like the update. You guys take care. See ya.